Hi everyone. Today I am going to present to you the business idea that I had that's called Luxurious. Um, Now, a little bit about my background. I grew up in China and I moved to Nicaragua when I was 10 years old. So I grew up there. And then, but growing up, I've always had this idea that Chinese people tend to go after luxurious things, things that looks expensive, looks fancy. And it turned out to be quite true. In fact, a lot of Chinese people goes for that. The market shows that in the $290 billion global luxury market, 120 billion of them comes from China. And also, this 120 billion is only the amount that's spent in China, not accounting those people who ask their friends to buy them from abroad. So in total, they say a rough estimate is about 150 billion dollars. That's roughly the luxury market in China. And what does this have to do with the business idea? Well, as myself, I am a international student who studies in the U.S. And also we know for a fact that a lot of luxury good when they go to China, they people if they want to buy them, they have to pay a lot higher tax. And with this lot higher tax, it comes with a lot higher cost. So I thought about an idea where people can just um, can I thought about an idea of building a platform where people can contact those people who are abroad. Of course, those people who are abroad, like myself, should be tested by this platform and that they are trustworthy, that they can bring the goods, that they can deliver the goods to you. And also, so this is how we are going to connect these two group of people, those people who are in China who wants luxury goods, and those people who are in the US or Europe or different places where taxes are lower, that they can bring these goods back to China for them. So this creates a platform of communication between the Chinese people in the east, and also the Chinese people in the west. Now, the business idea is called luxury, but it's not all about luxurious goods. It's not all about that. But it's also about the luxury of information. Now, we all know in China they censor a lot of things. They censor media, they censor news, they censor all things that's coming in. And recently, as we know, you all know. I think once I heard a friend of mine who was talking about his dad worked on the Three Gorges Dam, and then his dad just blatantly claims that inside every single one of those dams, inside every single one of those cement blocks, there's at least five dead people per cement blocks, and those people are not reported. Those people are caused. Those deaths are caused by the accident, and people just bury them in there. Now, don't quote me there because I just heard from someone else too. I'm not sure if it's actual facts or it's just that someone trying to brag, but those kind of thing does happen in China. Now, many of you might not know who this is. This is the first person in China that discovered the coronavirus. He came out to the open. He discovered the coronavirus symptoms back in November, and he started to see like there's something going around that very much. It's very similar to the SARS back in China back in the old days. And this person became very worried. He is a doctor, so he started to publish files online and news articles online about this new virus. But sadly, he was shut down by the government. And since he's a doctor, so he kept on working at the hospital he was working at, although he was being shut down by the government, although the government asked him to be quiet about this. Then after a while, as the cases gets more and more and the government is not doing anything, so this doctor decided to come out. But then once he came out, he received stricter restrictions on his words and social media activities. This person eventually died because of coronavirus. Now this is a hero that all humanity needs. These days, we stay at home because of this coronavirus. Imagine what if the Chinese government actually dealt with it. Imagine what if the people actually knew about this virus back in December and people stopped it. Imagine that, how like today our lives would be very, very different. We wouldn't have to be taking classes at home. And this is just another picture of the example of the three gorgeous dams that I've shown. How like in China there are a lot of, so all in all, in China there are a lot of things that goes unsaid. I think to my shock too. Once I think I was talking to some friends of mine back from childhood, and to my shock, very few of them know about the Tiananmen Square incident, and that's sad. I think those people deserve to be heard, and those people deserve to be known. So this platform that's a marketplace that's called Luxurious. It's not only a marketplace for luxury, such as luxury goods, but it's also a marketplace for luxury news. Because in China, getting the correct information on things, it's a luxury for a lot of citizens. And we think it's absolutely necessary. We in the West take it for granted as a basic right, but those people in China, they literally don't have that. So this platform of mine is gonna build a bridge between the East and the West. It's gonna have a it's gonna have a VPN that is gonna come attached to the app. So whenever the app is activated, the VPN is gonna be activated, and through the VPN, the users who uses this app in China, they can bypass the Chinese firewalls and be able to receive news articles on the New York Times, who is indefinitely banned in China. Also, the Wall Street Journals, also the Bloomberg News, also the BBC News. These are all news sources that reports accurate news, accurate information that's banned by the Chinese government. So we think that these sources are important for the Chinese people to know. And, and I believe that through this platform, through selling, through bridging the gap between the East and the West, we can bring some luxury goods and also luxury news to the Chinese people. Thank you very much.